And our Sunrise Smart Start happening overnight. A 19-year-old male is dead after falling into a gorge at the St. Paul Inner Loop.
Police responding to reports of an unresponsive man near High Falls. Upon arrival, police say some fencing in the area was damaged. Beyond the fence is a considerable drop, and when police looked down, they saw a man with obvious injuries. RFD pulled the man out where he was pronounced dead. Police believe there was no foul play involved.
Well, still developing, state leaders applauding a federal judge's decision to allow New York's new concealed carry law to take effect today. The group Gun Owners of America had filed a suit asking the court to block the legislation. Under this law, an applicant must complete a 16-hour class and 2-hour live firearm safety training courses. Not only will you need to show proof of this, but you'll also need 4 character references, a list of all social media accounts for the last 3 years, and you must disclose any partner or spouse, other adults and adult children in your home. An in-person interview will also be required.
Monroe County holding a youth summit on gun violence yesterday to foster conversations between young people and elected officials. As crime rates and gun violence remain an issue in Rochester, the county wants to create a safe environment for young people to express themselves and how they think the city could reduce violence. Senator Jeremy Cooney, members of City Council, and representatives from the mayor's office all in attendance to listen and contribute. Monroe County legislator Ricky Frazier says a community-wide effort is needed to resolve the effects seen by ongoing gun violence. Well, as school begins next week, safety is top of mind, including at the bus stop.
News 8's Jatira Marsh joining us live to share tips and suggestions on how you can keep your students safe going to and from school. Jatira, good morning.
Good morning. According to the National Safety Council, nearly 2/3 of school bus-related fatalities occur outside of the school bus. And most of the students who lost their lives in those incidents were between the ages of 4 to 7 years old, and they're on foot. Now, whether you're riding the bus, you're walking to school, or even driving your own car, it's important to keep in mind safety practices to not only keep yourself safe, but others as well. Experts say to make sure students get to the bus stop at least 5 minutes early, stand in line or at least 6 feet away from the curb when the bus approaches, wait for the drivers to go ahead before getting on the bus, and there's also tips for those out and about walking during busy school times too.
Especially for walkers, to wear high visibility clothing, when they're crossing the crosswalks, looking both ways, looking out for traffic. People that are driving, not to drive distracted, not texting while driving.
Now, Hubble also suggests that student drivers to make eye contact with bus drivers to know when it's okay to go ahead, and additionally to not speed past the bus when the stop sign is present. Reporting live in Rochester, Jatira Marsh, News 8.
All right, Jatira, thank you. The deputy says they're also looking for volunteers to join the emergency squad, so if you are interested, you can visit their website, canandaiguaes.org. With school right around the corner as students head back to class, many also gearing up for fall sports.
However, the ongoing supply chain crisis is beginning to impact high school football teams awaiting their helmets. Earlier this month, Rydell, one of the largest helmet makers, said most backlogged orders of helmets would ship by the end of August, with the rest arriving in September.
And feels like fall now that we're talking about football season, James.
Yes.
You said some games kicking off tomorrow, too.
Yes, so many games. I was just glancing at the schedule. A lot of really big games tomorrow as well. Aquinas-McQuaid, for example, one of the many big games going on. Greece, Victor, so many exciting Friday night football games. And we've got great coverage. I think best coverage in the region here at News 8 with our crew here. 50s for the bike ride forecast for those that like non-contact sports. Nice easy ride this morning. Cool and crisp, we'll call it. Clouds to start, but sun certainly as we get into the afternoon. I'm only going high of 72 degrees, but we will swing back into the 80s by the weekend forecast. We'll take a look at the end of the show. Amel, Allie?
All right, James, thank you. Another look at the roads, our final one. Still following that accident in Penfield right now on Highway 250, southbound at Plank Road. Otherwise, things looking okay out there on 390, 490, 590, so should be a smooth ride into work if you are heading out the door.
Well, 3 weeks after a fatal stabbing at the House of Mercy homeless shelter, its founder said it would reopen today, but later said it would remain closed, prompting some confusion. The legislator who represents the area where the shelter is located says a lot of people who call House of Mercy home want it to be reopened. Yesterday afternoon, Sister Grace Miller, former director and founder of the shelter, as well as legislator Mercedes Vasquez-Simmons, said it won't be opening at all this week.
Jury selection in the trial of James Krosneck has concluded. Krosneck is accused of murdering his wife in 1982 with an axe at their Brighton home. He was charged in November of 2019, nearly 40 years after that murder took place. Opening arguments are set to begin next Tuesday.
A Rochester man has been sentenced to 20 years to life for his role in a 2020 murder. 26-year-old Traquan Davis was convicted of murder in the second degree for the death of George Luis Bonilla. Police responded to Strong Memorial Hospital in the early hours of June 9th back in 2020 for the report of a deceased individual with a gunshot wound. Davis was later identified by police as a participant. At the time of the murder, Davis was on parole for a prior conviction of manslaughter in the first degree.
An update following the Rochester firefighter suing the city and fire department after he says his supervisors took him to a Juneteenth spoof party. The party was hosted at the home of Nicholas and Mary Nicosia, who claimed the party was not racist. Wednesday, the Landmark Society announcing the permanent removal of Mary Nicosia from its board of trustees and any affiliated committees effective immediately. While Mary and her husband claimed the party did not have racist intent, Mary did admit to running a racist Twitter account. A full breakdown of these events and the press conference that followed can be found over at rochesterfirst.com.
A Schoharie County judge has rejected a plea deal for the operator of a limo company involved in a 2018 crash that killed 20 people. Nauman Hussein pleaded guilty to 20 counts of criminally negligent homicide last September. Hussein was initially sentenced to 2 years of interim probation and 1,000 hours of community service. After completing the interim probation, Hussein was to be formally sentenced to 5 years probation, which the judge rejected.
Price Right and Feed the Children partnering up to fight hunger and food insecurity in Rochester. To do this, they're providing food and essentials to families in the area. 800 local families will receive a 25-pound box of food, a 15-pound box of essentials like shampoo, conditioner, lotion, and other personal care items. Organizers say in times like these, this project is crucial.
Grow New York's annual competition to bring in new startups and invest in the region spanning the Finger Lakes to Western New York announced 20 finalists yesterday. A few are familiar faces to our area like Craft Cannery and Sweet Pea Kitchen. Both companies are here to stay and say the money is only going to help them expand the impact they already have on the area.
Now for the latest on COVID-19, the FDA is signing off on an updated COVID booster targeting the dominant Omicron subvariant BA.5. This in an ongoing effort to curb a fall or winter surge of the virus. Millions of doses of the new vaccines can be administered as soon as next week. Pfizer and its partner BioNTech's booster is for those as young as 12 and the other by Moderna for those 18 and older. Doctors we spoke with say this is an encouraging step to further prevent the spread of COVID-19. Once the CDC signs off, the boosters will remain free and will be available at pharmacies and doctors' offices.
And in national news this morning, a federal judge will hold a hearing today to determine whether former President Donald Trump's request to have an attorney or special master to review documents seized at his Florida residence this month will be granted. The Department of Justice responded forcefully, pushing against the request, laying out new evidence from the search. Included in this are government records in what the DOJ says, quote, were likely concealed and removed from the storage room, and that efforts were likely taken to obstruct the government's investigation.
Here's what some people might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. While we haven't seen the actual design yet, the Sabres announced on Twitter yesterday that they're bringing back the red and black jerseys. The teaser video announcing the new sweaters will drop in November, and the players will debut their alternate jersey on November 23rd at home, where they play the St. Louis Blues.
You know, I have a few friends I can think of who would be pretty excited about some red and black jerseys for the Sabres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the look, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to hockey, for me, I love a good design, right? Because I can't follow the puck, so I can just look and see.
You just want to look cool.
Cool to see that there. We're dealing with football, though, for tomorrow, certainly. Should be a great evening for Friday Night Lights. Numbers surge well into the 80s for Friday. Labor Day weekend, some say unofficially the last weekend of summer, Saturday and Sunday. 2 different days. We've got near 90 degrees for Saturday, then we drop pretty significantly, much cooler by Sunday. A few scattered showers work their way in by the afternoon. Those should push southward by Monday, Labor Day. Maybe an isolated shower or two around, but we warm right back up. So certainly not done with that summer heat over the next 8 days.
All right, James, thank you. Thanks so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update is coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is next.